Now, 29 years ago, Cyclone Promotions CEO, Hall of Famer Barry McGuigan made history that June night in Loftus Road when he triumphed in front of 26,000 people over 15 rounds to beat Xavier Pedrosa. On September the 6th, here in Belfast, in the Titanic Slipway, Cyclone Promotions will again make history by staging the Titanic Showdown, Martinez Frampton 2, for the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship of the world. From Belfast, Northern Ireland, would you please welcome the undefeated Carl, the Jackal. Please welcome to Belfast, from Alicante, España, la sensación, Kiko Martinez.
Some prison to get myself a job, familiar to my own strange ways. I could have been rich, I could have been poor, I could have been a beggar man lying on the floor, but I'm going down in history as a beggar boy the world has never seen. Prescription was his religion, baby. My God, for once he listened to the stars of his systematic people that never went so far. I could have been rich, I could have been poor, I could have been a blind man lying on the floor, but I'm going down in history as a beggar boy the world has never seen.
Well, wake up. I don't do the, you hear some boxers going old school and getting up at 6 o'clock to go running. I have a lie in, wake up around 8:30, 9ish, have something to eat, do my first session around 11. My morning sessions are usually, they're either sparring or a punching session of some sort, so if not sparring, it'll be pads. And then I'll eat, I'll rest in the flat, go back over and fart about, pretty much do nothing really. And then the second session's either a sprint session or a weight session. Do that Monday to Friday, and then on the Saturday we do a modified strongman training. So it's a lot of sledge drags and pushing things and pulling and tire flips and stuff like that, but it's shuttles and stuff, but it's
explosive,
all explosive, but it's like 40 minutes of balls to the wall stuff. It absolutely kills you. And then Sunday, well, a day and a half off, the rest of Saturday off, and the whole Sunday off. So I think I'm the hardest punching super bantamweight in the world. It's well, you hit anyone in the chin, and I'm not just talking about super bantamweights. You go up to lightweight if you want. If I hit them clean, you can knock them out. So I'm punching hard. I'm lifting I'm lifting more weights now. I'm stronger in the weight sections, which I think is partly the reason. Really strong, feeling strong at the minute. Shane really knows what he's talking about when he's talking about diet, and I've been doing it for a while now, and we kind of know what my body can have and what it adapts well to and what it doesn't react well to. So a bit of trial and error at the start, but I think we've hit the nail on the head. And for this camp in particular, we've been using more, eating more carbs than ever, and this is the only time that I've been told to eat a little bit more food just to try and maintain a weight around a certain weight, because while I'm still sparring, I don't want to be too light, and I was going that way. I was making the weight, very, very comfortably. So first time ever, Shane has told me eat a bit more, which isn't a bad thing when you're a boxer. I think that's very important, to have a good relationship with your trainer. To be able to trust him is very important as well. I have complete trust in him. I do as I'm told. I listen to all his advice he's given me. He's a fantastic coach. Although he's very young, he's going to be. I've said this before, and I don't want to be blowing smoke up his arse, but he's going to be the man in a couple of years' time all the top fighters are going to want to come to and train with. Without blowing smoke again, you see all these fighters, and a lot of them are good at one thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the most all-rounded fighters in the UK. I can go forward and go back. I can box at middle distance. And I think that's always going to benefit me, because in that case you can change it up in a fight.
We offered Kiko Martinez a fight, and bravely he's taken it, and he's coming over on September the 6th for in his eyes, trying to revenge his defeat, but it's not going to happen. Well, the guy's got unbelievable distance control, and we've tweaked that sort of as the years have gone on over sparring, good quality sparring, and he's able to get certain shots off that other guys can't get off, and that's just down to really good sparring, making sure we've gone and got the sparring, and lots of pad work, lots of hours in the gym and grafting. So it's all coming together now, but the big one's up next, and that's for the world title.
And against Kiko, obviously hit him clean once before, and we all know what happened there. And in your opinion, do you think Carl's power's peaked yet? Are we still gonna?
I think against Martinez the last fight, in my eyes it was the first real clean shot he hit him with. Took him out. And we kind of gave him a little bit too much respect the last time, but we had a good game plan that worked to a T, and everything came together. It's been interesting to see how Kiko comes out this time, if he comes out with that same intensity, or whether he tries to sort of stand off a little bit, move his head, and sort of try and come on and push the rounds in the late rounds to try and he's thinking that Carl's taking his best shots. Let's try and push it in the later rounds and try and beat him on points. But that's definitely not going to happen, because he's fitter now than he was the first time. He's stronger now. He's punching harder. He's just a much better all-round fighter. His game's just come up in leaps and bounds. And Kiko's went on and won the world title, but I don't think he's improved anywhere near the same that Carl has.
And finally, Shane, what's your prediction for September the 6th?
A win.
A win. Starting off with this training camp this time round, would you say, because you're training for a world title, you're training that a little bit harder, or?
Possibly. I always train hard for every fight, because every fight's super important in this pro game. If you lose a fight, you go back away a year and a half probably. So I train hard for every fight, but I've probably trained a little bit harder for this one. It's been a slightly longer camp as well. Just because it's a world title fight. Yeah.
And how does it feel to be headlining the biggest sporting event Belfast ever seen?
Honestly, it's massive. It's good. It's a humbling feeling. We're building a stadium in the Titanic Quarter, which is pretty around that area. It's just starting to thrive at the minute. It's really getting built up, and it's a good part of Belfast, the newest part of Belfast, and we're building a 16,000
seated stadium there. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like.
Nah.
You know, I've boxed in front of 9,000 in the Odyssey Arena, and the atmosphere is incredible. So 16,000 outdoors, it's going to be great, really well.
You got a picture in your head, Carl? You just can't imagine.
Yeah, I've got something in my head, but you know, there's ideas of what's going to happen on the night getting through at me all the time, and it's going to be one that people won't forget. And I think it's going to be, you know, I think it's approaching 30 years since Barry beat Pedrosa. People are still talking about that fight. You know, I was there at Loftus Road, or I watched that on TV. I think I would like my fight to be the same, you know, 25, 30 years time. People in the pub still talking about it.
Definitely, 100%. And do you think, we spoke about this before, but do you think Kiko Martinez can change and adapt the same way you can in a fight?
No, he's got one style, and it's a good, exciting style. It's worked for him so far. He comes forward and he's aggressive, and he throws hard punches, and every punch is a hard shot. So he's a dangerous fighter. But he'll not bring anything that I haven't seen before. I don't think he's going to bring anything new to his game. You know, he's 30 odd fights into his career, and each fight it's been the same style. So I know what to expect, and I know how to deal with it now because I've fought him already. And even in sparring with me, when I spar someone, the second spar, after the first spar, I'm always better.
Yeah.
So I can just adapt to people's styles, and if a first spar is competitive, the second spar I'll beat them up, and it's going to be the same on fight night, I think.
As far as support goes, I mean, obviously you're on Twitter a lot. Have you been overwhelmed with the fact that you've got people not only coming from, coming south for the fight, you've got people, north, you've got people coming from London, a lot of people I know coming from London, you've got people coming from Scotland, Manchester.
Yeah, there's people from all over the British Isles and the south of Ireland too, but I had a guy from America got in touch with me the other day. He's coming over from the fight, so it's incredible. It really is, and there's definitely a buzz around, and people are excited about this. And I think not just because of me boxing for a world title, but the whole event. You know, it's a brand new stadium, being purposely built for a boxing event. Boxing's a sport that everyone loves back home, but they've kind of been deprived of big nights over recent times, you know. And I want to bring them back, and all I have to do is beat this guy, beat Kiko Martinez, and you know, long may it continue. We'll have many more big nights of boxing to come in Belfast.
And
it's getting bigger and better every time, you know. It really is, and you know, these fights, you know, even against Parody, the atmosphere was crazy, and he's not really well known at all. Kazar being a final eliminator for the WBC, it was a big deal, a big fight. But the atmosphere just gets bigger and better every time. This one's now for a world title against a guy who isn't really liked in Belfast. He's respected, but people want me to, you know, do the same job that I did on him the last time. So it's going to be even better this time. This is for a world title, you know, and the atmospheres that we're creating back home without actually fighting for a world title. You know, I'm not a world champion yet, and to be world champions would happily take these atmospheres, but they can't get them. So it's going to be special, I think, once I win that world title, and then when I defend it many times after.
Most definitely. Do you see pressure on Kiko coming to Belfast as a champion?
I say there's more pressure on me, because people are expecting me to beat him, you know, and I've already done it. They're just thinking it's a foregone conclusion that I'm going to win this fight, but that's not the case. You know, this is going to be a tough fight, and Kiko's out for revenge, which makes him dangerous. He's a very emotional person. He lets things get to him, which also makes him dangerous. And he wants to win. But so I think the pressure's all on me. He's the champion. He's defended his title a couple of times. He's come to my backyard. they're building a stadium for me. You know, everyone's getting behind me. The local people, the government have got behind me now as well. So people are expecting me to win. I don't want to let them down, and I'm expecting to win myself, but I know it's not going to be easy.
No, not
Pressure's,
at all.
I think the pressure's on me, but I can cope with it, and I perform best under pressure, I think.
Well, firstly, on behalf of Cyclone Promotions, thank you all for turning up in such magnificent numbers. Cyclone Promotions, in association with Maravilla Box, Samson Boxing and Gary Shaw Productions, supported by the Northern Ireland Executive, the Northern Ireland Tourist Board, Tourism Ireland and Belfast City Council are very proud to bring you the weigh-in ahead of tomorrow evening's World Title Contest. And we have to thank Belfast City Council for giving us the use of this magnificent building, the Ulster Hall. Belfast City Council, I think they deserve a wonderful round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And we have from the British Boxing Board for Control, John Williamson, John Campbell and Mr. Hugh Russell. Representing the IBF from the USA, we're very pleased to welcome to Belfast Mr. Lindsay Tucker. And representing the WBO, we're pleased to welcome Mr. Dennis Gilmartin. Gentlemen, I've just heard from somebody on stage that the champion's car has pulled up outside, so we're only a few minutes away. I know that Mr. McGuigan is a stickler for punctuality, so you know, he wouldn't have been late for one of his weigh-ins, but hey, there we go. F supervisor here present on the stage from Trenton, New Jersey, USA. Please welcome Mr. Lindsay Tucker. And on behalf, ladies and gentlemen, of the British Boxing Board of Control, we have John Williamson, John Campbell, Hugh Russell and Dennis Gilmartin. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time, the one you've been waiting for, the weigh-in for the main event tomorrow evening. Would you please welcome to the scales, firstly, the challenger, with 18 wins from 18 contests, 13 inside the distance, the former undefeated IBF Intercontinental European and Commonwealth champion from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Carl Jackal.
When food is gone
gentlemen, just about to go on to the scales, the undefeated Carl the Jackal Frampton. Each stone, 9 pounds, 7 ounces. 897. Each stone, 9 pounds, 7 ounces. And ladies and gentlemen, coming to the scales, the defending champion, the former European Super Bantamweight champion, the reigning defending IBF Super Bantamweight champion of the world, from Alicante, España, Les Session, Kiko Martinez. Stone, 9 pounds, 2 ounces. We have a contest, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the scales out of the way. We're going to get the scales out of the way. And, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the build-up, here we go. This is the head-to-head challenger and champion, Carl Frampton and Kiko Martinez. Ladies and gentlemen, it's on. It's tomorrow evening. It's the Titanic Quarter.
Every single person in this eliminate pedals down in Belfast.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. It's the champion Kiko Martinez. It's the challenger Carl Frampton.
Barry, what did you draw from that weigh-in there, mate?
Just very much tension, Simon. Very aggressive atmosphere from the crowd because Kiko kept them waiting for 45 minutes. They didn't appreciate that. We were late turning up for him yesterday, so he paid us back by keeping us waiting, but it worked against him with the crowd. Carl was certainly fired up, and it's going to be a great fight. But Kiko's here in great condition. We know he's in great shape, and he will put up a hell of a fight. So the crowd are going to have the benefit of a great contest.
Barry, would you say that 45-minute delay was to try and get inside Carl's head and put him off make him angry and come at him tomorrow?
Oh, Carl, in fairness, was the one who put his head in his face, but he pushed Carl, so he'll be in for a hell of a fight tomorrow night, I can tell you that. And it fired Carl up, most definitely. But Carl has to win this fight with intelligence. He'll be boxing with intelligence, using his spatial awareness, his speed and his boxing skills.
The atmosphere was unreal, you know. The amount of people were, you only get that in some fights, you know, unbelievable, and the atmosphere was great. It just set everything up for the morning.
How did you think both fighters handled the, obviously you know Carl better than you do Kiko, but how do you think he handled the...
Well, Carl looks really fired up. Kiko looked dead relaxed, but you know, I think it's just a game plan or tactics. He's trying to wind Frampton up, especially if I put his clothes on slowly. He was trying to wind the crowd up, but listen, he let me all the way wind up in the ring. Carl Frampton from the right hand.
You've known Carl since a child,
yeah.
And who better to ask, how do you think that Carl's coping with this pressure at the minute?
Carl's a seasoned professional, you know. It won't matter if there's 15 million people watching him. Once he's in the ring, he's going to be focused. So it's not going to affect him one bit. Though it may be a bit of added pressure because it's in Belfast and it's for a world title, but you know, he makes me proud that he's my friend, and there's so much interest in him, like 16,000, you know, you could have sold a lot more tickets. So it's just, I can't even describe how good it is for the whole city and the whole country. Big content in the world is going to see his fight. And then, you know, Kiko's going to see his comments.
Frampton's going to knock him in the 7th round. Well done.
6th round, tactical knockout. Frampton. Every day.
Going to do in the 7th round. Knockout. I think he'll do the 8th round knockout. So
Frampton is going to fall down today. I'm telling you.
What round?
You better, if you have to put money for my man, you know. Don't put money for Frampton because he's going to fall down. 5 rounds.
Inside 5 rounds?
Sure, 5 rounds.
Maybe a little bit of Sweet Caroline, maybe something like... Listen, I'm going to get out of the ring. We're going to let the sound guys do the work. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that the Jackal is the challenger. He comes to the ring first.
I think it's a tough fight, maybe harder than the first time round for Carl, but I think Carl will win on points. As long as he stays busy, stays disciplined, moves, and picks his spots when to throw his punches, when to trade with Martinez and when to move. Because Martinez is very dangerous and he'll be there all the way to the end, I think. So
definitely.
It's going to be a good fight.
And regarding Cyclone Promotion putting on such an event, 16,000 custom-built stadium, how would you feel fighting on a bill like this, Andy?
It's a little bit cold out here. That's the only complaint I have, but everything else is fantastic.
Most definitely.
A great show, and I tell you, all the fights have been very competitive as well. So they're doing a really good job, and this is something that Carl Frampton and Barry Rugen have built along with Shane, and it's great to see the fruits of all their labour come together in this good event. I've been working with Sky TV for 25 years. I've been in broadcasting for 27 years. It's something different. This is one of my favourite cities in the world. It's where my grandfather's from. You know, so I love Belfast, and so it's great to be here. Great to see Carl Frampton. So I think we're going to have a wonderful night, and certainly I'm enjoying it. Been there the majority of Carl's fights. We've covered him a lot, but also I'm not here in a broadcasting capacity. I'm here as a fan,
right?
Most of all.
You're a big admirer of Carl's in
I'm a massive admirer of Carl's. I think he's probably my favourite fighter, if I'm honest, because he gives you value for money. He's aggressive. He's exciting. He's tough, and it says what it says on the label. So you get what it says on the label. So looking forward to tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing him crowned world champion in this epic setting of the Titanic Quarter. This is it's an epic venue. It's an epic fight, and I think we're going to have an epic champion.
Definitely. Glenn, how far, without looking too far forward, how far do you think Carl can go?
I think he's a real deal, but he's got to win tonight. Tonight's a very hard fight. Martinez is quality, his sound is proven. Sergio Martinez is there, his friend is here as well. He hasn't come here to lose. He's come here to win. He feels he wasn't right in the first fight, and that was tough. Carl found a way out. He's now world champion. He's won his last 4 fights all by knockout. He's in a good place, and I think he believes he can win. But I think the Belfast, the wonderful Belfast crowd, and the fact in his mind he knows he's done it once, he can do it again, will get him through. But I don't think it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
But he's going to prove what a great champion he's going to be. It's going to be a tough points decision, or he's going to stop him late.
Right.
I think he'll get the body shots on, and that will be the key. He'll take them for a while, Martinez, but sooner or later in the late rounds, he'll start to remember how good Frampton is, and I think that'll be the difference.
But to be honest, tonight it's all about the McGuigan boys and Carl. I just really want to see him become world champion. And no one deserves it more. And he's an absolute gentleman as well as a phenomenal fighter.
Yeah, Johnny, you, as we spoke about earlier, you've been training alongside Carl. How much of a talent do you think he is?
It's funny when you do interviews, you never want to look sycophantic and saying it just because you're on camera. The guy's boxing speaks for itself. He's the real deal. He's kind of like a throwback for me. When you watch him, he's got where he is, not because he's been fed bums or anything like that. He's just a solid, pure talent. And to be in a gym with him, you get the butterflies when you're in the gym with him. Do you know what I mean? When you know he's about to start the pads or sparring. I've been lucky enough to see him spar with some top world-class people as well. And you just feel it in the gym. Something special's happening. You're watching something special, and it adds to it that he is a gentleman as well.
Most definitely. One of the nicest men in boxing I've ever met.
Yeah, it truly is. And that's not for the cameras. He's like that full time. Funny as well, very funny man.
Yeah. Quick-witted. How do you think tonight's going to go?
I'll be honest, Si, that's the first time in a long while anyone's ever asked me to predict a fight, and I'm not really good at it in the sense that I like to think I'm not a superstitious man, but I'm just willing him. I've never met anyone that I wanted to be world champion more, where you just think it's right.
Definitely.
And with that in mind, I'm going to
leave it at that.
Tough thing, Kiko's here to do the business, and cards on, cards on fire at the minute, so I see card doing 6 or 7, but I think it's going to be a fiery contest the whole
time. Barry, you cover a lot of Carl's fights before. How can you put into words the kind of atmospheres you've
It's
heard?
literally, I've been to fights all around the world, you know, Hatton fights, Kazagi fights, you know, real great atmospheres. But I gotta tell you, I'm not just saying it because we're here. When I came to Belfast the first time, it was the best atmosphere I've ever experienced in a boxing arena. It was just something else. I think it shows a faith. It shows a faith in Frampton's ability, and I think the whole city and everyone involved just really believe that he can be a world champion. And also he'll pay that back by bringing revenue to the city. So they're investing in him as a business more than just a personal aspect, if you know what I mean. So I think you know, it just shows the commitment that they have and the belief, and they're right because the kid's electric. And you know, saying that, I think Carl's, for me, a big favourite. I think he wins. I think he wins by 4 or 5 points in a very, very, very hard fight.
To go the distance.
Yeah, I think it's going to go the distance.
Right,
I think Martinez is maybe not a better fighter, but a more confident fighter because he's had 3 tremendous wins, you know, with winning and defending the world title. So he's on a roll right now, and so is Carl Frampton. I think Carl's better than the last time. So it's going to be another great, grueling, hard fight. But I think Carl rolls away with maybe 116, 112, it's that sort of mark, which sounds about right to me, and I'd be over the moon with that.
Mr. Dennis Martin.
Honoured to be invited to an arena like this and watch an event like this. It looks fantastic. I've just been in the back to wish Carl all the best and Barry, and he looks calm, relaxed and cool, so I'm looking forward to seeing him do the business.
You've been to Belfast before for a film?
Yeah, I've been to Belfast many a time. I've actually boxed in as an amateur and won a multi-nations gold medal here in Ireland, so it's a great fighting city. And you know what, I'm hoping that Carl does it not just tonight for himself, but for the country. You know, he's on the front page of national papers here. You know, the boxing covered 11 pages of one of the papers I've seen. It's a fantastic event, and I'm really hoping that Carl can come through tonight and do it. I think he will, but he can't get emotionally attached to this crowd. He's got to detach himself from the crowd, treat it like a sparring session. He's got to go in the gym, do the business, and then become world champion and live the dream that every fighter wants to live.
Definitely.
Carl can be a world champion tonight.
Tony, did you see the footage of the weigh-in at all yesterday?
Yeah.
What did you draw from there?
This is what I'm worried about. The only thing that worries me is Carl's emotionally attached now to the whole event, and the event, the magnitude of the event has dawned on him, and I just feel he might be a bit engrossed in it. But going backstage and seeing that, I've just met him in the changing room, and you know, the first thing he said to him was, Carl, don't get involved with the crowd. And Barry was right there, he said to me, he's not going to
Titanic Quarter,
treat his stands on the job, he's going to do the business. So I'm really happy that Barry's there for him, because someone like Barry's experienced things like this, and the main thing is now he goes in there and he does the business. He's got to treat this now as a job. You can't get involved in it. I've done it before. I've fought for the 10,000 scousers and I've lost my mind trying to knock guys out. If he does that, it becomes a game of Russian roulette. If he uses brain, uses skill, this can be an easy night for Carl, because he's got the skills to make this an easy night.
It's the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Would you welcome now the challenger from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Carl the Jackal Frampton.
I know talking to
Please, guys, move away. There you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more contest left. The boys have been hanging around all night, so hopefully you'll just hang around a little bit more and give them your support. It's 4 3-minute rounds of boxing. We're in the welterweight division. Timekeeper at the bell from Portugal and Victoria Elite. The referee for this one from Dungannon, Mr. John Lowy. Introducing in the red corner, wearing red shorts with white.
Should have been one of them for everyone in the audience.
Well, we've done it. I said a long time ago that this game is going to be the world champion. People laughed at me. So we're thrilled. The night couldn't have been better. The weather could have been better. I'm sorry for everybody who was so cold. And you know, handed across to the champion here.
I don't know what to say really. Just thanks everyone for turning out. One night. Hadn't really sunk in yet. My head's still a bit sore, my hands are sore. Tough fight, but I'm world champion now. It's been a long time coming, so I'm very proud and very happy. It genuinely hasn't sunk in. I haven't had the time to sit down and think about it. But it's nice that, you know, once you're world champion, you can always call yourself a world champion. But I intend to hold on to this for a very long time. But yeah, relieved, because that was a tough fight. Although I felt in control, but it was a tough fight. Yeah, I think I controlled it better this time, although, you know, I've lumps all over my head, but I think it was more clever. I was winning the rounds. I hurt him a few times, dropped him as well, but I felt fresh, really fresh in there, even 12th round. Like, I don't know if it was cooler or what, but I'd have been happy doing 15 rounds tonight. No, I just wanted to be smart, continue to do what I was doing, and I heard him a few more times later on, and that was it. But he's tough, he's very tough, and he was a worthy champion as well. So it's good for me to be able to take a title off such a good champion. Yeah, I have a good job for such a small guy. My job when I get it going is very good, and yeah, I think it probably was. I think I used my job well against Raul Morales a couple of fights ago, but that was probably the best. He was walking into a lot of jobs, but he kicks up well, and a lot of them were hitting him sort of in the top of the head. I've quite a sore hand here, so but I think it was, you know, I was hitting him with a jab, and I was feeling my hand hurting, but I knew it was working, so I just said grit it out and keep doing what you're doing and win the fight. No, we had a game plan that we thought that, you know, stamping authority, sort of the middle rounds, and you know, I could have outfought this guy if I wanted, but I just needed to be smart. I think the early rounds were very good, the job was working well, but we had a plan to sort of plant my feet a bit more in the second half of the fight. Which it did, I think. Maybe, I think Barry was just saying that he thought I'd done it a wee bit too much, but that, you know, I was in control of the whole fight. Yeah, I think I'm a level above most of these guys, but you know, I'm happy to fight. I'm happy to fight anyone. it's going to be, we're going to have to sit down and discuss things, see what our options are. I think Chris Avalos is the mandatory now. My mate Eddie Hearn has picked up with him because he's like an old girlfriend that won't go away. I don't know, we've options, we've loads of options. Abner Mares says he would like to fight me now. Leo Santa Cruz. Obviously Quig is the fight that I want, but we've loads of options and every fight from here on in are huge.
There were so many people involved in this, and we took such risks to get this fight here. Financial, emotional, and it's just great. And when you've got a guy going out to bat for you like Frampton, you've got a really good chance. He's an exceptional kid. I want to thank my sons Glenn and Jay, and particularly Shane, who's done the one-to-one stuff with Carl for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been, you can see the fighter that he is. He's really. We believe that we're just at the bottom of the ladder now. Sadly now in boxing, because it's been pushed to the back pages, most of you guys will know, you have to win a world title before you get real traction in your career. And we had to do it the hard way. And we spent a lot of money getting people here. We took a lot of chances. A lot of people helped us to put this together. And it was an iconic venue. The weather could have been better. The place was packed. And then we had to rely on Carl to turn up and do the business. Kiko was phenomenally brave, and his face is twice the size of it normally is. It was incredibly brave. I'm telling you, Kiko Martinez is every bit as tough a fighter as Leo Santa Cruz, if not tougher. Simply because of the way he fights. He comes at you non-stop, he's relentless, very hard to hit on the chin, and takes a good shot, and it's just perpetual nature. And he's a heavier puncher than Leo Santa Cruz. I think Carl is an absolutely fantastic chance against any of these guys. I think this kid could end up being the best Irish fighter we've ever been. That's how good he is. And because he's enormous for a supercontinent, it takes a bit of time to get him down to it. So he can go to featherweight and super featherweight. And I know he knocks out lightweights in the gym. He didn't knock them down, he knocks them out. And really good lightweights, he just beats them up. I'm telling you, he can move through the weight divisions. And we have some great fights out there. It's fantastic. And I just want to thank all the people who came out to see him. It was great. It was just really good. And what he was an incredible atmosphere.
I think the last fight, he showed he can outbox him, and he showed in the last rounds he could outfight him as well. But there's a lot of head clashes in there, and he opened up with a cut round, I think about 8 or 9 rounds in. So that was the only worry on my mind. He's a lot stronger than Kiko Martinez. He's the strongest super bantamweight out there. He's the best at distance, and he's the hardest. I think he's the hardest super bantamweight out as well. That's one of his parts of his game, is to come up and fight on the inside and picking his gaps. He showed it today that he's comfortable in there, and he fought with distance and then got inside and out-fought him on the inside. I think a lion's always dangerous when they're hurt. Nigel Benn used to get knocked down and he'd be at his most dangerous. So I said, work off your jab, control it all from the centre ring. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. The first fight he covered a lot of ground, and that was a game plan to cover a lot of ground, cover a lot of miles. But this time he came out there, stamped his authority. Every time he took a step back, he threw something with venom, and it worked. And Kiko, he's so petrified from the last fight. Every time Carl half hit him, he gave him ground, so he was able to creep up, and that's what made him look so spectacular tonight.
There's loads of hype, and there's always been expectations, and Barry's been telling anyone who would listen from early on in the career was going to be a world champion. People laughed at him and stuff, but it came true. But I can deal with pressure. There was no more pressure on me than this fight. This was the most pressure there was on me. It was above the stadium and stuff, and it was for a world title against the guy I've already beat. So the pressure was on, and I think I was a bit performance.
It was
I
clear.
went back to his changing room and spoke to to him and we shook hands, and I've never respected a fighter more than in my life. Just a tough guy, a very worthy champion, like I've already said, and I went and said to him, look, I hope I never see you again, but it was a great fight, and I apologise for how I reacted and got on at the weigh-in yesterday, but there's obviously tension and stuff, and it's just happens sometimes, things overheat, but I have a lot of respect for people.
Kiko Martinez said after the fight, it's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. That's what he said.
You said he was the best fighter that has come out of Ireland in the last 30 years, and it was not. So, jokes on that.
As well, so thank you very much for all the
Can we get a quick round of applause for Carl, guys?
He slowed down a bit. He wasn't as reckless. He was trying to pick things. You know, he's on the back foot a little bit. Sometimes I was pushed him back a bit more. The first fight he never went back once. But he was still coming forward aggressive. It was similar to before. He targeted the body a lot. But although my face, I was comfortable. I was in control.
He's huge for the weight, but he's staying at that weight. He's going to unify the division, and then we can start looking to move up.
I'm going to take a rest and have a discussion with my team. We learned a lot.
Dig deep.
Yeah, you can dig deep, and you have to dig deep in certain fights. There's not many fighters around the lower weights like Kiko who are so aggressive and are so heavy-handed. He's probably, after me, I'd say he's the hardest punching super bantamweight around, but I learned that I've got a very big heart and I had to dig deep.
Discipline.
Yeah, I stuck to a game plan. That was
keeping his cool. Yeah, and the thing is, he said, "Oh, that's the last I'm ever going to see you, Kiko." And straight away, I said, "I'd love to get you in for some sparring," because you just can't get that.
So,
I don't think he'll ever want to know Carl Frampton again.
He'd knock out Scott Quick. There's a statement for him.
Yeah.
He'd knock him out, and he'd knock him out early. I've got no doubt about it.
Right, it's 1:30. We're just getting started.
We went to the plan. I really don't.
Yeah, it was a great night. The atmosphere was fantastic, something out of this world. There was about 16,000 people, open air arena. I mean, I've boxed in twice as many in front of people, that type of people. 45,000 people I boxed in front of on the Ali Cooper, but I didn't think the atmosphere was like that. And as we were coming out in the dressing room, Shane Scott doing a bit of pad work. I was cut man that night. He's done his training with Shane. Barry's there, good manager, good teacher as well. Just looking over everything, overseeing everything. And there was Shane and the boy doing a bit of pad work, and Barry was there. He was doing it with him in his own way. And then they said, right, you're out, 2 minutes, let's all get ready. There was about 10 of us, 12 of us, maybe 15 of us. We all started walking down the corridor, and it took me back to the Ali Foreman fight in Kinshasa. God, blimey. I thought, this is it. I keep getting these big occasions in my old age, and I'll get such a buzz out of it. And we went out there and he boxed, he fought, he boxed. The best I've ever seen him. It's a credit to his trainer and his manager, Barry McLeod and Shane McLeod. Yeah, it was a changing room to use as a changing room. It was, well, we had 3 lots of TV people in there. I don't know who they was, but there was this lot, that lot, and Barry was going, well, there's Jimmy Tibbs there, look, he's doing it, he just wrote a book, you know. He's like that, Barry, and then he was back on there and back to that one, and everything. And the boy, such a polite man, young man. And Carl Frampton, what a gentleman. And she said, thank you, Jim. I said, it's a pleasure. Shook hands with him.
Yeah.
And I hope to work with him again soon, please God. I done my job that night, he got cut and stopped it, and everything went right. Put up a tremendous fight, Martinez, but Carl Frampton was that too bit classy for him. He boxed when he had to box, and he fought when he had to fight. And when the last round come up, he pinned him on them ropes for 30 seconds and smashed into him to let him know he's still alive, still here. And he got back to his boxing. He won it quite comfortable, but it was a great fight for both fighters, Martinez and Frampton.